Maybe you're looking to buy your first trailer, or maybe you're just looking to expand your knowledge. Either way, here are 3 tricks you can use to make yourself look like an expert next time you go to the trailer lot, or at least to make yourself look much more knowledgeable. Working in the trailer business, I have seen a lot of people come in and look completely out of their element. I've also seen people come in and try so hard to look like they know what they're talking about that in the end, they just proved that they really knew nothing. Now, I don't have the time to sit here and judge people. I'm more than happy to help inform customers if they need it, but it's always nice to at least look competent when you're doing something new. So here are 3 tricks that I've learned will make you look a little more knowledgeable. Plus, stick around because at the end, I have a bonus tip that I'm going to share with you. The first trick is to know how to spot the difference in axle sizes just by looking at the tire. Now, one caveat before I completely dive into this is that these tricks aren't surefire every time. There are variations in everything, so just keep that in mind. For the most part, though, all you need to know to tell the difference between axle sizes is how many lug nuts the wheel has. As a general rule of thumb, 5 lug nuts with a single axle will mean an axle rated at 2990. 5 lug nuts with tandem axles will mean 3,500 pound axles. 6 lug nuts will mean 5,200 pound axles, and 8 lug nuts will mean 7,000 pound axles or more. Once you get up to the 7,000 pound axles, it does get a little more difficult to tell at a glance what size the axle is because the number of lug nuts don't really change. However, most 8,000 pound axles are going to have 17.5 solid metal wheels, and most axles rated for 10,000 pounds or more are going to have dual wheels. Otherwise, they're considered super singles. There is some variation though, so what if you're wrong? Won't you look stupid? No, you won't because you watched this video. So what you're not going to do is walk up to the trailer salesperson and say, hey, did you know that 5 lug single axle is rated for $29.90? Because they might say, actually, that's a 3,500 pound axle, and then you will look kind of dumb. Instead, just phrase it like a question. Is that axle rated for $29.90 or $3,500? Or those are 7,000 pound axles, aren't they? Then, if you're wrong, they'll say something like, no, actually, those are blah, blah, blah. To which you respond, oh, I gotcha. That makes sense to me. Or something of the sort. Another way to make sure you're correct is to watch my video about 3 things you can learn from the VIN sticker to make you look smarter. I'll link that at the end of this video. The second trick is to know the difference between Payload and GVWR. This one is more about not looking like you're in over your head than actually looking smart, but trust me, if you go into a conversation about trailers acting like you know what you're talking about, but then show that you don't know the difference between GVWR and Payload, you'll automatically undo any progress you've made in looking smart up to that point. The simplest way I know to put it is that GVWR is the total weight that the trailer is rated for, whereas Payload is what the trailer is actually rated to carry. The way to get the Payload is by subtracting the trailer's weight from the GVWR because the trailer does have to carry its own weight. As a quick bonus, you can also find the trailer weight by subtracting the Payload from the GVWR. Again, knowing this isn't going to blow anyone's mind, but it will keep you from looking like a poser for sure. Now for trick number 3. Before we get there though, don't forget about the bonus tip at the end. And if you're getting anything out of this video, please like and subscribe. I do my best to help people become the most educated they can be when it comes to purchasing trailers. And I currently work in the industry, so I'm always watching the current trends and learning new things that I get to share with you guys. Trick number 3 is to know the difference between types of metal for frames. Depending on the type of trailer that you're getting, you may not need something with a super heavy-duty frame. However, it will still make you look much smarter knowing what types of frames a trailer can have. Plus, it will help keep you from buying a subpar trailer. There are 4 main types of trailer frames, which are L-channel, tube, C-channel, and I-beam. A lot of trailers are going to have a combination of these. However, the main components that make up the frame is what we're concerned about. L-channel is going to be the weakest by far. That being said though, L channel is frequently used in parts of every type of trailer. So I'm not saying you should be worried if you see any kind of L channel on the trailer at all, just if it's part of the main frame. A lot of utility trailers and enclosed trailers are going to use a tube frame, which is perfectly fine. Channel frames are typically going to be used on light to medium duty car haulers and equipment trailers. Sometimes you'll find dump trailers and even some gooseneck trailers with channel frames, but I would be very wary of anything like that. Most heavy-duty trailers, including some equipment trailers, will have I-beam frames. It's definitely going to be the strongest way to go, though it can be unnecessary at times depending on the trailer's use. Knowing those frame types and which one will be the strongest is going to make you look much more informed for sure. But now, let's get to the bonus tip, which is, drum roll please. Wait, before we get there though, I completely forgot to add whenever I was first making this video that if you guys want me to make a video about trailer frame types and which ones you should go with, which ones you should avoid, let me know. There's a lot of information there, and so it would definitely help me out to know if that's actually something you guys would be interested in or if I should focus my efforts elsewhere. Now, the bonus tip is to not be afraid to ask questions. A lot of people seem to feel like asking questions makes them look like they don't know what they're talking about. And let me tell you right now, that simply is not the case. Plus, even if asking a question does make you look less knowledgeable, that's better than making a mistake when picking out your trailer, isn't it? Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to watch my video about how you can look smarter just by looking at the VIN sticker.